Three former presidents, one legendary civil rights leader, a final tribute that stopped a nation. This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll witness history as political rivals unite to honor a man who changed America and inspired the world. The date was March 6, 2026. The place was Chicago, and the world was watching as thousands gathered to say goodbye to Reverend Jesse Jackson SR. Meet Reverend Jackson, a man who marched with Dr. King. A two-time presidential candidate, a global icon for racial and economic justice. For over 60 years, he was the voice for the voiceless. And on this Friday, his journey reached its final chapter. But here's the twist. This wasn't just a funeral. It was a seismic political moment, a gathering of giants from a bygone era, paying respects in a new America. Former Presidents Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden received thunderous cheers and applause as they entered the church. Three Democratic leaders united in grief in a nation now led by their political opposite. The air was thick with history and with unspoken tension. And then something powerful happened. One by one, they took the podium, not as politicians, but as men shaped by Jackson's legacy. Obama spoke of the doors Jackson kicked open. Clinton recalled his relentless hope. Biden honored his unwavering faith. For a moment, partisan divides vanished. The crowd of thousands, a sea of emotion, listened to stories of a man who ran for president to give people a choice, who negotiated the release of hostages, who built Rainbow Push into a global force. Here's the part that will blow your mind. This celebration of life happened against a backdrop of global turmoil. Just hours before, headlines screamed of war threats in Ethiopia, displacement in Beirut, and stalled peace talks in Ukraine. Yet in Chicago, the focus was on peace, on legacy, on what endures. The contrast was stark. A world on fire, pausing to honor a man who spent his life trying to put out the flames. But here's what nobody's talking about. This tribute marks the end of an era. The civil rights generation that included John Lewis and now Jesse Jackson is passing the torch. The question hanging in the air was heavy. In today's America, in today's world, who will pick it up? Some say the movement is stronger than ever. Others fear its unifying voice is fading. The ceremony was a masterpiece of contrast. Joyful gospel music mixed with somber reflections, laughter through tears. It was a homegoing, not a funeral, a celebration of a life that truly was a rainbow. The impact? This event transcended American politics. From East Africa to Europe, people watched a leader who fought for South African freedom and global economic justice be laid to rest. His message of keep hope alive echoed far beyond those church walls, but the controversy is real. In a divided nation, can a legacy of protest and confrontation be celebrated by all? Some say he was a divider. The thousands in that church and millions watching say he was a unifier who forced America to look in the mirror. So where does this leave us? With a powerful, unanswered question. As these three former presidents stood together, honoring a man who challenged them all, we must ask, does true change come from the streets or from the suites? From protest or from policy? Jesse Jackson believed it needed both. Do you think his brand of activism is still the blueprint for change today? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more stories that connect our continent to the world.